The front door slammed so hard the hallway picture frame cracked and dropped glass across the tile. My phone buzzed on the counter at the same time her voice cut through the house. "Why is there a reservation under your name at the Indigo Hotel for last Friday?" She threw my laptop onto the couch, and the screen stayed open to the email she had printed. The neighbor's dog started barking outside like it knew something was about to break. I reached for the phone, and she slapped it out of my hand before I could lock it. "Don't touch anything," she said, already crying but still loud, still sharp. The Indigo logo glowed on the screen like a spotlight on a crime scene. She held up a set of earrings I had never seen before and dropped them into my open palm. "They were in your jacket pocket," she said. My mouth opened, and nothing came out fast enough to matter. She laughed once, and it sounded wrong, like it hurt her throat. "So this is real," she said. Her sister's car pulled up outside and headlights cut across the living room wall. She texted someone without looking down, and her phone made that scent sound. I took a step toward her, and she backed away like I was a stranger. "Stay there," she said. The earrings slipped from my hand and rolled under the table. She kicked them away, and her foot hit the table leg hard enough to rattle the drinks. "You lied to my face," she said. Her sister knocked and didn't wait for an answer. The door opened, and her sister stopped short when she saw my face. "She knows," my girlfriend said. Her sister dropped her bag and looked at me like she wanted to hit me. "Tell me you didn't," her sister said. I still didn't say anything, and that was apparently an answer. Her sister turned to her and wrapped an arm around her shoulders. "Pack a bag," her sister said. My girlfriend walked past me and went straight to the bedroom without looking back. I followed and stopped in the doorway when she slammed the closet door open. Clothes hit the bed like they were being thrown out of a window. "You don't get to explain," she said. Her sister leaned against the doorframe with her arms crossed like security. I heard my phone buzz again on the counter, and this time her sister went to grab it. "Don't," I said. She smiled without humor and picked it up anyway. A message preview lit the screen, and she read it out loud slowly. "Had fun last night," she read. My girlfriend let out a sound that was somewhere between a laugh and a scream. "That's her," she said. Her sister looked at me again and shook her head. "Unbelievable," she said. My girlfriend threw a shoe at the wall, and it left a mark. "For years," she said. Her sister started taking pictures of the room with her phone. "What are you doing?" I asked. "Documenting," her sister said. My girlfriend zipped the bag hard enough to jam it. She yanked the zipper again, and it broke free with a rip. She stood up and finally looked at me. Her eyes were red, but clear. "You're going to let me leave?" she said. I nodded because there was nothing else to do. She walked past me, and her shoulder bumped mine on purpose. Her sister picked up the bag, and they headed for the door. The neighbor's dog started barking again as they stepped outside. She turned back at the door one last time. "You don't get to contact me," she said. Then she was gone, and the door closed quiet this time. The house felt too big and too loud at the same time. My phone buzzed again on the counter. I picked it up and saw another message from the same name. "Everything okay?" it said. I didn't reply. I sat on the couch and stared at the cracked picture frame on the floor. My chest hurt, and the silence felt heavy. An hour passed without me moving. The sun started going down, and the room got darker. My phone buzzed again, and this time it was her sister. "You should know," the text read. I read the message 3 times before it made sense. "She knows more than you think." My doorbell rang, and I jumped like I had been shot. I opened the door, and her brother was standing there with his hands in his pockets. He didn't say hi. He looked past me into the house like he was measuring it. "Where is she?" he asked. "She left," I said. He nodded like he expected that. "You need to sit down," he said. He walked in without waiting and sat at the kitchen table. I sat across from him, and he put his phone on the table face down. "She gave me something to hold on to," he said. He flipped the phone over and hit play on a video. My face filled the screen. I was laughing in a hotel mirror with someone standing behind me. The date stamp was clear, and so was the room number. My stomach dropped. "She backed it up to the cloud," he said. I looked up, and he was watching me closely. "She told me not to do anything," he said. "But I'm not as patient as she is." My phone buzzed again, and this time it was a new number. I looked down, and my blood went cold. The message was a screenshot of my own bank account. Below it was one line of text. "Let's see how honest you can be now." My phone vibrated against the table, and her brother watched my face change before I even opened it. He didn't ask who it was. He already knew. The screenshot showed my checking account balance highlighted in red and a pending transfer I didn't recognize. Her brother leaned back and crossed his arms. "She set a timer," he said. I looked up. "She told me if you tried anything stupid, I was supposed to leave," he said. I swallowed, and my throat felt dry. "I didn't do anything," I said. He let out a short laugh. "You did plenty," he said. My phone buzzed again, and another message came through. This one was a photo of my passport sitting on a coffee table I recognized. Her sister's apartment. The caption was short. Safe place. Her brother stood up and walked toward the door. You shouldn't follow, he said. He paused with his hand on the knob. And you should check your email. The door closed behind him and the lock clicked. I opened my email with shaking hands. There were 3 new messages. One from my bank. One from my job's HR department. One from an address I didn't recognize. I opened the bank email first and my chest tightened. A fraud alert. A large transfer scheduled for the morning. I opened the HR email and my vision blurred. Concern regarding conduct. The subject read. My phone buzzed again, and this time it was her. Just her name. No emojis. No nicknames. Sit tight, the message said. I tried to call her, and it went straight to voicemail. I typed back and deleted it 3 times before sending anything. What is this? I wrote. The dots appeared and disappeared and appeared again. I told you not to contact me, she sent. I dropped the phone on the table and ran a hand through my hair. The house felt like it was closing in. I opened the 3rd email, and my heart started pounding hard enough to hurt. It was a shared folder link. The subject line was simple. Receipts. I clicked it, and a timeline opened up. Screenshots. Photos. Videos. Hotel reservations. Credit card statements. Messages I thought were deleted. She had everything. Dates lined up with family dinners. Business trips that were lies. Weekends I said I needed space. I scrolled, and my hands started to shake. There was even a screenshot of a conversation with my best friend. He had known. My phone buzzed again, and this time it was him. Man, I didn't know she'd find out like this, he wrote. I threw the phone onto the couch, and it bounced onto the floor. Another email came in from HR. They wanted a meeting. Tomorrow morning. I slid down into a chair and put my head in my hands. My phone lit up again. A new message from the unknown number. Log into your socials. I opened Instagram, and my stomach dropped. A story was live on my account. My face was on it. The hotel video. The caption read, 4 years. Multiple lies. The view count was already climbing. I tried to delete it, and the password didn't work. I tried again and again. Nothing. My phone started ringing, and I didn't recognize the number. Then another call. Then another. Texts started pouring in. What the hell? Is this true? How could you? My mom's name popped up, and I let it ring. Another message from her appeared. You always hated when I was quiet, she wrote. Consider this practice. I slammed my laptop shut and stood up too fast. The room spun, and I had to grab the counter. My doorbell rang again. I opened it, and my best friend was standing there looking pale. She posted everything, he said. I stepped aside, and he walked in slowly. She tagged your job, he added. I stared at him. You knew? I said. He didn't deny it. She's not done, he said. I laughed without humor. What else is there? I asked. He hesitated. She asked me for something, he said. My chest tightened. What? I asked. He looked at the floor. She asked me to tell her the truth about that night in Vegas, he said. I felt cold all over. You told her, I said. He nodded. And more, he added. My phone buzzed again, and this time it was a calendar invite. Tomorrow night. Location unknown. Title. Closure. I opened the details and saw one line in the notes section. Everyone will be there. My best friend looked at me with fear in his eyes. She's setting you up, he said. My phone buzzed one last time, and her message came through. Don't worry, she wrote. You'll get to explain. The restaurant hostess stepped aside, and every head turned at once when I walked in. Phones were already out. The private room door was open, and voices cut off mid-sentence. Her sister stood first. Her brother followed. My best friend was already sitting inside, pale and silent. And then I saw her at the far end of the table. She didn't look angry. She looked finished. The table was covered in printed pages, folders, and phones lined up like evidence. Someone closed the door behind me, and the click echoed. You're late, her brother said. I checked my phone and realized the calendar invite time had changed without notifying me. She watched my reaction and smiled slightly. Sit, she said. I pulled out a chair, and every movement felt loud. A waiter knocked, and her sister shook her head without looking back. Not yet, she said. The silence pressed down hard. Her brother pushed a folder toward me. Open it, he said. Inside were bank statements with highlighted lines. Charges I recognized. Transfers I didn't. A new account number circled in red. My name was on it. So was hers. What is this? I asked. A mirror, her sister said. She finally spoke, and her voice was calm enough to hurt. You like moving money quietly, she said. So I learned. My chest tightened, and I looked back down. The account was empty. Every dollar gone. My phone buzzed, and I didn't need to check it to know. She watched my face. I told you I'd keep things fair, she said. Her brother leaned forward. That account was joint, he said. You signed it last year. I tried to remember, and the memory hit hard. A stack of papers. A rushed afternoon. Her saying it was for emergencies. Her saying trust me. I closed the folder slowly. Is this what this is? I said. Revenge. She tilted her head. No, she said. This is closure. Her sister pressed play on a phone, and a video filled the room with sound. It was me again. Different night. Different woman. Same hotel chain. My best friend looked away. The video cut, and her brother spoke. You brought them here, he said. To family events. Photos appeared on the screen, mounted on the wall. A birthday party. A wedding. One of them standing just outside the frame. She met your mom, her sister said. She knew. I said. She knew enough? My girlfriend said. She finally used my name, and it felt strange. You said she was a co-worker, she continued. You said she needed a ride. I felt sweat at the back of my neck. Her brother slid another folder across. This is from your job, he said. The logo was familiar. Too familiar. Inside was a printout of the HR complaint. Anonymous. Detailed. Dates. Times. Policy violations highlighted. She didn't send it, her brother said. She didn't have to. I looked at her, and she met my eyes. You trained everyone around you to tell on you, she said. The door opened, and someone else walked in. I didn't expect her. The woman from the hotel. She stopped short when she saw me. Her face went white. Oh my God, she said. Her sister gestured to an empty chair. Sit, she said. The woman looked at me, and then at her. You said he was single, she said quietly. I didn't answer. She sat anyway, and folded her hands. Another door opened. Another woman entered. Then another. 3 total. All of them looking at me like they'd just found out they'd been sharing something they didn't want. Her brother closed the door again. You said everyone would be there, I said. She nodded. They are, she said. The room felt too small. Her sister passed around envelopes. Each woman took one. They opened them slowly. Inside were screenshots. Messages. Promises copied and pasted with different names. One of them let out a sharp breath. Another laughed bitterly. The first woman stood up. You're disgusting, she said. She threw the envelope at me, and it hit my chest. She walked out without looking back. The second woman followed. The third hesitated and looked at her. You knew, she said. My girlfriend didn't flinch. I suspected, she said. And I waited until I was sure. The last woman left, and the door closed again. My best friend finally spoke. I'm sorry, he said. Not to me. To her. She nodded once. Thank you for telling me the rest, she said. He looked like he might cry. Her brother cleared his throat. There's one more thing, he said. He pressed a button, and the screen changed. My name appeared at the top of a document. Below it was a legal header. Cease and desist. Non-disparagement. Acknowledgement of misconduct. I read faster as panic set in. You want me to sign this? I said. Yes, she said. And if I don't? I asked. Her sister answered. Then tomorrow gets louder. I looked around the table. Every phone was still there. Every camera ready. Every person waiting. My phone buzzed and I looked down. A new email from HR. Meeting canceled. Position terminated effective immediately. I let out a sound I didn't recognize. She watched me carefully. I didn't ask for that, she said. But I didn't stop it. Her brother pushed the pen toward me. This ends it, he said. I picked up the pen and my hand shook. I signed. Each page felt like a door closing. When I finished, she took the papers and placed them in her bag. She stood up and the room shifted with her. This is where I walk away, she said. She paused and looked at me one last time. You wanted a double life, she said. So now you get one. She turned and walked out. Her family followed without looking back. My best friend stayed seated. I slid down in my chair and stared at the empty space she left. The waiter knocked softly and asked if anyone needed anything. No, I said. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. A photo loaded slowly. It was my car in my driveway. The caption was one sentence. Did you forget about her? My front door camera alert went off as I stared at the photo and my chest locked up. The live feed opened and showed a woman standing on my porch with her arms crossed. I recognized the jacket before I recognized her face. My wife's jacket. The one she left here years ago and never took back. The one I told everyone was donated. My phone slipped in my hand and hit the floor. The doorbell rang once. Then twice. Then she knocked hard enough to shake the frame. I got up slowly, and every step toward the door felt like walking into traffic. I opened it, and she didn't smile. She didn't yell. She just looked at me like I was already something dead she needed to identify. You forgot to tell me you were single again, she said. The neighbor across the street opened their curtains. I stepped aside and she walked in without waiting. She looked around the house like she was taking inventory. So this is where you've been hiding, she said. I closed the door and leaned against it. How did you find out? I asked. She held up her phone and tapped the screen. A group chat with my name in it. Her name. My girlfriend's name. 2 of the other women. And one number I didn't recognize. You really like circles, she said. My mouth opened and nothing useful came out. She walked into the living room and picked up the cracked picture frame. You never fix this, she said. You never fix anything. She set it down carefully and turned back to me. They reached out, she said. All of them. I felt my legs give and I sat on the couch hard. They compared notes, she continued. And then someone asked about me. I rubbed my face and felt sick. You told them I was crazy, she said. That I would make things up. I didn't deny it. She let out a slow breath. She planned this, she said. I looked up. She planned every step, she repeated. She waited until everyone was in position. She sat in the chair across from me and crossed her legs. She even waited until I was stable enough to hear it, she said. My phone buzzed on the floor and neither of us looked at it. She called me, my wife said. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She asked me if I wanted the truth or peace. My throat tightened. I asked for both, she said. She gave me the truth and told me peace was my choice. The phone buzzed again and she reached down and picked it up. She read the message and snorted. She's checking in, she said. She turned the screen toward me. A text from her. He's home now. My wife typed back without looking at me. He always is. She set the phone down. I'm not here to yell, she said. I'm here to close my chapter. She reached into her bag and pulled out a folder. Thicker than the ones at the restaurant. Divorce papers, she said. Already filed. I stared at the folder like it might bite me. You signed a lot of things you didn't read, she added. There's a clause you forgot about. She opened the folder and turned it toward me. A prenup. My signature at the bottom. A section highlighted in yellow. Infidelity. Liquidated damages. My chest started to hurt. She found it, my wife said. She told me where to look. She even found the old emails where you bragged about beating it. I closed my eyes. You owe me, she said. And you can't hide it. I heard a car pull up outside. Then another. Voices outside the door. I looked up panicked. My wife smiled for the first time. Support, she said. The doorbell rang, and this time she answered it. Her brother walked in first. Then her sister. Then my mom. My mom wouldn't look at me. She walked straight to my wife and hugged her. I'm so sorry, my mom said. My wife patted her back gently. It's not your fault, she said. Her sister set her phone on the table and hit record. Just in case, she said. My mom turned to me and her eyes were wet. How could you, she asked. I had no answer left. My phone buzzed again and I knew before looking. Unknown number. Another photo loaded. This one was a storage unit door with my name on the lease. The caption was short. Tell them, or I will. My wife looked at me expectantly. What haven't we heard yet, she asked. My mom's hand tightened on her purse. My wife leaned forward slightly. This is the part where you choose, she said. Truth, or what's left of you. The storage unit door rolled up with a metallic screech, and everyone went quiet at once. My mom stopped at the threshold like she already knew what was inside. My wife didn't move. She just nodded at me once. Go ahead, she said. I stepped in first, and the smell of dust and old cardboard hit hard. Plastic bins were stacked to the ceiling. Suitcases lined the back wall. A locked file cabinet sat in the corner with a sticky note on it. My handwriting. Her sister hit record again without saying a word. What is this? My mom asked. I swallowed and walked to the nearest bin. I lifted the lid, and the first thing on top was a stack of phones. Burner phones. Different models. Different colors. My wife let out a slow breath through her nose. So that's how, she said. My mom took a step back like the air had changed. Her brother opened a suitcase without asking. Inside were envelopes stuffed with cash, rubber banded and labeled by month. My wife closed her eyes. You planned this, she said. Not just the cheating. The hiding. I moved to the file cabinet and opened it with the key still on my ring. Folders inside were neat. Names written across tabs. Dates. Notes. Trips. Gifts. What they liked. What they didn't. My mom made a sound like she was going to be sick. She turned away and put a hand over her mouth. You kept records, she said. My wife picked up one folder and opened it. Her name was on it too. She didn't flinch. She just closed it carefully and put it back. Thank you, she said quietly, for confirming I was never crazy. Her sister's phone tracked every movement. Her brother crossed his arms and looked at me like he was finally seeing the full shape of me. My wife turned to my mom. I'm sorry you had to see this, she said. My mom shook her head slowly. No, she said. I'm sorry I raised someone capable of it. That hurt more than anything else. My phone buzzed in my pocket, and everyone heard it. My wife looked at me. Go on, she said. Let's finish. I pulled it out, and the unknown number was gone, replaced by her name. My girlfriend. The one who started all of this. She hadn't messaged since the restaurant. Until now. You did what you needed to, the text said. They know. My wife took the phone from my hand without asking. She read it, and then typed back. Yes, she wrote. We do. She blocked the number and handed the phone to her sister. Save that, she said. Her sister nodded. My wife turned back to me. This is where I decide what happens next, she said. My heart started pounding hard enough to make me dizzy. I could take everything, she continued. The prenup allows it. I could press charges. I could let this go public. She gestured around the storage unit. This is not just betrayal. It's manipulation. It's patterned. My mom sat down on a folding chair like her legs had finally given out. Please, I said before I could stop myself. The word hung there ugly and small. My wife looked at me for a long time. You still think this is about mercy, she said. She turned to her brother. Give me a minute, she said. He hesitated, then motioned everyone back toward the door. They stepped outside one by one. The unit felt huge and empty with just us inside. She closed the door halfway, but left it open enough for light. I loved you, she said. Her voice didn't shake. I love the version of you let me see. She took a breath. Here's the truth, she said. If I destroy you completely, I stay tied to you forever. If I walk away clean, I let you keep too much. She looked at the bins again. So I'm choosing something else. She pulled one folder from the cabinet. Not mine. Hers. She opened it and removed a single page. She handed it to me. A statement. Signed. Dated. A full written confession. Every name. Every timeline. Every financial move. You will sign this, she said. You will give my lawyer access to everything. You will pay what you owe me. And then you will live knowing I could end you if I ever need to. My hands were shaking when I took the pen. And if I refuse, I asked. She didn't hesitate. Then I burn it all down, she said. And I won't lose a minute of sleep. I signed. The pen scratched loud in the silence. She took the paper back and slid it into her bag. She opened the door fully and called everyone back in. It's done, she said. Her sister stopped recording. Her brother let out a breath he'd been holding. My mom looked at me like she was seeing a stranger for the last time. My wife picked up her bag. I'm walking away, she said to the room. But don't confuse that with forgiveness. She stopped at the door and looked back at me one final time. This is your punishment, she said. Living with yourself. She left, and the sound of her footsteps faded down the hall. No one followed me when I stayed behind. The storage unit door rolled down slowly until it locked with a final thud. I sat alone on the concrete floor surrounded by proof of who I was. My phone buzzed once more. A notification from social media. Comments still coming in. People still watching. I put the phone face down and closed my eyes. And now I'm asking you, if someone betrays everyone around them, but is given the chance to live quietly with the consequences, is that justice? Or did she let me off too easy?